How's it going, everyone? College Lefty, and in this video I made it into the World Series division in the strangest way possible. So let's go ahead and get right into it. Now I know that's a bit of a spoiler and we'll get into that a little bit later, but I really don't know what else to say with this gameplay. But I did accept this first friendly quit. We matched up against a player on Xbox, and I typically will accept friendlies against Xbox players because I've noticed just some differences in timing windows while playing with the crossplay. I don't know if it's the servers. I don't really know what it is. It could also be more of a mental thing, but I really don't know. It's just something that I've noticed, and I haven't really played that many Xbox players this year, but I notice it more on the harder difficulties. On All-Star, it's not really as noticeable, but we did match up against a World Series PlayStation player, so I figured we would play this one. I didn't send a friendly, I didn't receive a friendly, so we're going to go ahead and get into it. We're sitting at about 867 rating, and I'm about 2 wins away from World Series, potentially, right? We need to win this game and the next game, but we started off this game with a weird hit, a broken bat single. I accidentally tapped the R1 button while trying to steal, and clearly Lou Brock is running back to the base. I think I had that base stolen if I get the hook slide. I don't know, though. That would have been a close play. He went with the slide step, and he didn't really get the best jump at first base. But starting off the next inning, David Ortiz launching this one. I thought that was a home run. It is going to be off the wall for a triple. Vladimir Guerrero gets destroyed by that baseball in right field, but he's able to stay in the game. We only see injuries typically with pitchers, but that is going to manufacture the first run of the ball game. Mike Trout driving in that run. We're down by a run, and this is the best swing we've taken so far in the game. It is a perfect swing with Edward Cabrera, and that's not going anywhere. Fly ball to right field. Vladimir Guerrero makes the play. We're facing David Ortiz, and we're really just trying to settle in here with Edward Cabrera. He has been able to get a few base hits early on in this game. He scored that run, so the confidence is not in the greatest position for Edward right now, and he's given up a leadoff double to start this next inning. That's going to be Roberto Clemente on second base with the pitcher coming up. You already know he's going to lay down a bunt. We just try and throw this pitch outside the strike zone, maybe get him to foul it off. Thought about making a diving play there with Stan Musial, but it's not worth it because if he is able to get on first base with Felix Hernandez, that could really break the game open. I don't feel the most comfortable at the plate right now, and he is able to manufacture the second run of the ball game. So we need to get something going here. We're down by a couple runs, already halfway into the game, and I just have not been able to square up the ball consistently. My timing's been all over the place, and I'm glad that we're not playing against an Xbox player where, in some ways, I think the timing window can be a little different. I don't think I'd have a base hit right now at this time, just with the swings I'm taking. But we do have Jackie Robinson. He's still my favorite player to use in MLB The Show 21, and here he's going deep with a 2-run shot. We had a foul home run with Mike Piazza in the previous at-bat. I was extremely late throughout this entire game so far. We are able to get Lou Brock to first base on a sacrifice bunt. It was a fielder's choice. I thought I might try and lay one down with him, and I don't know what happened. The opponent threw the ball into center field, and that's going to allow Francisco Lindor to cash him in. A little bit on the later side of good, but that last play was extremely important because if he doesn't advance to second base, I don't think the clutch attribute will be activated. I don't necessarily know if it would be as intense of a situation. And I don't know if we get rewarded on that later side of good swing. But it doesn't really matter. This opponent goes deep to tie the ball game up 3-3 in the top of the 6th. So now we are playing a 3-inning game, essentially. We're in the top of the 7th with a tie ball game with 2 outs and Gregory Soto in to pitch. I felt like if I went to a lefty, I could maybe throw him off a little bit. This opponent was on all of the right-handed pitchers that I was bringing in this game. So I figured I would go with a left-handed reliever, mix it up a little bit, and I plan on closing this one out with Aroldis Chapman. We go deep once again with Jackie Robinson, and I'm going to throw the exact same pitch. I have the same pitcher, Dennis Eckersley, facing the same Jackie Robinson, parallel 5, and the difference in this game so far is that I hit it perfectly, and he hit it to the warning track, or just about. But we have Pablo Sanchez starting off this next inning. We got extremely lucky with this base hit. This is going to hit off the first base bag. Doesn't really take a weird bounce, but it is going to be a single. Now we're going with a hit and run. Unlucky, unfortunate right here. This is an incredible play, though, from a couple diamond defenders. We have Wander Franco, who caught that deflection off of Jackie Robinson, covering second base on the hit and run. But we are able to cash him in here with Stan Musial. This run is extremely important. An insurance run for Aroldis Chapman to close this game out. I know he has Chipper Jones coming up. He also has David Ortiz and Mike Trout. If I could get the first out, like we just did with Chipper Jones, I'll feel confident in closing this game out against two batters that perform worse against left-handed pitching. But that last run was extremely important. It allows me to pitch a little bit more outside the strike zone, because if we give up a walk, obviously the tying run comes to the plate. But if we're only up by one, then it makes pitching a lot more difficult because he could tie the game up at any time, obviously. But we are able to get the final two outs in this ball game facing David Ortiz and Mike Trout. That's exactly what I was going for. Make the worst hitters against lefties beat you. If he gets on base with Chipper Jones, it is what it is. He's got maxed out stats. We're going to go ahead and hop into the game for World Series. We're at 884 rating, and I have never experienced this type of thing before. I don't know quite what happened. I really don't even know what to say right now at this point in the video, because we are trying to load into the game, and for whatever reason, it like glitched out or something. I don't know. We're playing against an Xbox player. I was going to send a friendly quit because we have two pitchers with outlier, and if they are, if the timing windows are inconsistent with crossplay, I am trying to play a PlayStation player, especially for World Series. But I don't really know what happened. I am speeding up this clip to 2 times as fast, so that's why Justin Verlander is going off on his warm-up pitches right now. He's really humming them in there with the sped-up motion. But I don't really know what happened. We froze before the game even started, and this is for World Series. I don't know what this opponent's rating is, but I'm not going to quit this game. I am going to sit here and wait to see what happens. I have never experienced this. I have experienced, a freeze-off in the first inning, but that's typically after the first 3 outs have been made. This is right before a pitch was even thrown, and after about 15 minutes or so, we were able to get the win, and we make it into the 900 rating exactly for the World Series reward. I picked up Justin Verlander, and that's pretty much a free 348,000 stubs right there. I'll certainly take that. 350K, 342,000, whatever it is after tax. That's amazing. But we are able to mix up the team a little bit. I figured I would try Pablo Sanchez behind the plate, just get a little bit more speed in the lineup. The slowest guy we will have throughout the batting lineup will be Eddie Murray, and he's really good. I like that card. I'm thinking about selling Stan Musial. But until next time, I'm College Lefty, and peace out.